Hello and welcome to another art video. You're really getting a lot of art videos now, aren't you? It just really struck me that, virtually nobody has seen these. In the case of the one at the bottom, it was actually in an exhibition, but the vast majority of everything that I've ever done has not been seen by anybody unless they have visited my home. And even then, people don't really pay attention because I think they think it's rude, or maybe they don't like it and they don't want to go, very good, Poppy, yes. So maybe they just ignore it because it's embarrassing. I don't know. Anyway, very few people have seen these. So this bottom one is called, oh no, what is it called? Where I'm Going, You Can't Follow. That's what it's called. And this one actually was exhibited, but it was I have really good luck in my life. It's extraordinary. It was kind of bunged in a corner with some children's paintings. And it's like, no, it should have been over with some landscapes, but hey, that's what happened. At least some people glanced at it, maybe. It had its little outing into the world. Anyway, I was very pleased with this in terms of its technicality. So let's come back out from it and then you can see which bits you're looking at. So from left to right we have a badger, we have a pheasant, we have a badger, a fox, a pheasant, a buzzard in the air, some ubiquitous crows, a magpie for a change. Lots of seed heads and foliage that has gone brown and crispy and is in its sort of decaying phase. And a hare and a moon and some deer for, again, a refreshing change, and an owl. Now let's just look at them in more detail. Hello, Mr. Badger. I really love the colours in this. They're very unusual. I don't think I've ever done anything in this colour scheme before. But as you will notice, there's a lot of shadowing again, which gives it its depth. And I think this is when I started to use the metallic pigment, although I hadn't gone quite so overboard with it as I have lately, so it's not been a problem. There is the fox, tree, bare tree with crow, buzzard. This is very finely done, this one. I'm really proud of it because I managed to work really not only do I like the colours and the feel of this landscape, but I also managed to work quite finely, which was a good thing. Pheasant coming up now. See the pheasant? In front of the pheasant is there's some feathery seed heads. There's a lot going on here. It's very dense, packed image. There's ferns. Cow parsley seed heads, there's all sorts of seed heads and bracken and things. Yes, but behind, in case you're wondering why has the pheasant got a kind of tufted hat, it's not, it's what's in the foreground, darling. It's not part of the pheasant. By this time I'd managed to grasp doing feathers a little bit better, but it was still a bit of a challenge to have something flying away at that angle. But when I see something in my head, it has to be done, no matter how difficult it's going to be, because I am not technically brilliant. I have to work very, very hard at these things to get them to come right. I am not naturally gifted in that way. I just, I am an artist, but I am not, supremely talented artist, and I do work very hard at it. And that, folks, is me going who knows where, away, somewhere. Where I'm going, you can't follow. That was the whole point of the picture. In the background, a lovely hill with trees. I do love a lovely hill with trees, a stand of beach or whatever. You'll find them quite... I do have recurring motifs, I definitely do. Things that I find beautiful and moving and inspiring. I love these seed heads and the winter foliage, the sculptural, skeletal aspects. I think they're far more beautiful. I love skeletal trees, bare trees. I just love the shape. They reveal their underlying bones, if you like, and the the curves and the lines of that is to me, it's sculpture. It's just beautiful. It's poetic, if I can say that about it. To me, that's how it moves me in that way. I think it's because it's not so obvious. I'm looking for things that are behind the obvious, the underlying roots of things. Yes, I won't go on about that because I'm probably going to lose my words as usual. Right, so this is top right hand corner where we have owl, barn owl and running deer, 3, going towards the moon. It's always a kind of a twilight feel here. It's unusual, this one, because it's not the colours you would expect, but I think it still works and creates that kind of otherworldly twilight dusk feel that I love so much. I hope so. And I'm very pleased with this hair. Don't think you're going to be seeing it very clearly. I know that this video is going to do exactly the same as all my videos and bleach out the colours, but I know. Sorry, wobble there. I was hoping that I could get back there and be steady and you could see that quite clearly. But anyway, you've had a better view of it than before, which is good. I don't want to go in depth into every last aspect of it, but it's about movement and mood again, really. Those are the key things. And colour, obviously. But the sense of movement is very important. Birds flying, crows flying, everything moving. And underneath it all, the structure, the roots, I have lost my words. I knew that would happen, so let's just move on. I need a script, but if I had a script, it would all be stilted and stupid, and I'd just rather talk to you and make mistakes. It's not meant to be perfect. My work isn't perfect. My videos aren't perfect. It's not meant to be perfect. It's meant to be real, and it's meant to have feeling. So if it's, yeah, you'll have long gone if you don't like my style of doing things. This is the scarf I was talking about in the other video. I used reclaimed bits of wool and made this felted scarf, which I never would have worn, but it's a very nice decorative kind of textural piece which goes underneath this painting. And then above, oh, do you remember the problems I had with this? Because this is when I started to, well, I made a mess. I made a terrible, terrible mess of the original. The original was the best. And then I started to use the metallic pigment, and oh good grief, I had no idea what I was doing, but I was not going to give up on it. I have never, my last 3 or so paintings, I have never had such a hard time ever, primarily because of this pigment and the mess it makes, and I don't know, it's just, but I never give up. Unless I know it's complete rubbish, I never give up on anything. So this was Into the Light, where all the beings are going into the light. It's pretty self-explanatory. I think there's a representative of most of the creature kin. We have our adder and a snail and a mousey. Obviously the leaping deer. That was so difficult. Oh, it really was. I just couldn't get the perspective right at all. I hope I have now. There is a fox, of course. There is a frog. There is the person going in. Camera shadow, sorry. There is the bird, the raptor hovering. There is the fish, trout or salmon, I'm not quite sure. And there is the leaping hare. So again, it's all about movement and colour and light, but mostly about movement. Now these aren't my colours. You know from looking at my other work, these aren't my colours at all. Because I'd messed up the original so badly and I had to keep going over it, this was the only way I could. So they're not my colours, but I think, sorry, you're getting awful camera shadow on now, which makes it look quite blobby and horrible. If I come back again, you've lost it. Okay, that's it. So you can see that there are some really beautiful colours in there, and this was literally the only way I could reclaim it from the mess that I had made. So again, it's never going to be quite what I wanted it to be, but the colours, I don't know whether the video will show you those colours and how bright they are and how vibrant, but I wanted to give an camera shadow. I really wanted to give an impression of that being a kind of a tunnel, not a literal tunnel, but a vortex, something that was pulling them back into the light in a kind of cyclical way, going back or coming from, either or really. But you can't get that because if I go close in any way, I was going to get the camera shadow and it looks all grungy and dirty then. So, and let's see, you get the shadow, it's just spoiling it. And it's this metallic pigment, metallic pigment. I can't blame it because it's you know, it's my problem, but it does make filming it extremely hard. I'm going to try and move that again over there and see if I can do a better video of that. We'll leave that one for now, I think, and do another separate video and see if I can move it somewhere a bit more conducive. Can I cover one more painting in this video? I shall certainly try. Okay, oh, how far back do we have to go to get this one in? I don't think we can. I'm going to have to do this one in bits. Can't do it really, can I? It's too busy anyway, so let's just look at parts of it. This was one I did quite a long time ago, and I like it because of the movement and the colour, but it's far too busy, and I think it is better looked at in small chunks. Did I say chumps then? I don't know. So yes, all about movement, surging, endless freedom, flight, and the colours, singing stars. It's like a celebration, all of life dancing, exactly, dancing into the light, where it comes down to burning bright in the centre. It's kind of similar to the one I just showed you in terms of there being a central light that everything is dancing around, but because I did this one quite a long time ago, it didn't have the same design qualities. There's too much going on. There are two hares leaping at either side, and down below there is a fox here, but I don't particularly like that fox. Nothing personal, fox, nothing personal, I just don't think it worked very well. And going down into the earth with the surging seed where it all began. And down here some lovely colours and textures, rooting, shooting upwards, shooting from a shoot of a plant. There are all sorts of things here. There are prints of leaves, deeper, sleeping down, and then rising up to where the life comes up from the roots of the seed and bursts out into the tree. So I love this bit down here because of the colours. I think they're really strong and powerful in their own way, and it's a shame you can't see the whole of it, but as I say, it's probably not a successful overall piece, but there are parts of it that are rather lovely. So you come up again into the where everything's motion, into the light. Everything revolves around the light in the centre. Very, very busy when you get back here, but in parts it's rather nice. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there and do another one, because otherwise we're going into 15 minutes. I don't know, I've taken up a lot of your time. I don't know how you've got the patience. Thank you for looking at my things. If you do, really appreciate it. You can still like them, even though I can't answer your comments anymore because of my pain. You can still like them, and that means a lot. Or share them, that would be wonderful, because, you know, no one's seen... I could probably say 5 people have ever seen this painting, ever. So I'd like people to see it. Okay, lots of love for now. Bye.